Hey, Bugman026 here. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few minutes while we take a look at another Fortnite action figure. I thought we'd give Rabbit Raider a good going over today. Rabbit Raider comes in the Turbo Builder set. He comes packed in with Vertex and the building tools, 2 harvesting tools, and 4 of the weapons. He's a really cool looking figure, deranged little fella. If I've ever seen a deranged action figure, this is one of them. I mean, this guy looks like he's been through it and then some. Rabbit Raider's hood is removable. You can pull his hood off and get a good look at it. It's got some nice paint detail in there for the insides of the ears and a neat little zipper down the front. Cool pink color. Now, the mask on his face is not removable, however, but he does have a lot of good detail in there. The paintwork is fantastic, and he's got those 1,000-yard stare eyes. He looks like he's looking through you. He also has a little bit of mussed-up hair, but the way the rest of this figure looks, what's a little mussed-up hair, huh? This guy looks like he's been sleeping in this suit since Easter, about 2014, that is. Got a real cool sash coming across the chest here. A couple of grenades. Hey, what do you think about that? The G.I. Joe School of Sculpting. When in doubt, pull grenades out. Remember the old G.I. Joes? Every one of them had grenades just falling all over them. I always thought if they fell down, they were probably all going to explode. None of his articulation is hampered in any way. He's got real good articulation. He moves really well. He can kick his leg up real good. If anything, I'd say maybe his feet down here at the ankles might be a little bit tight, but nothing different than a lot of the other ones that we've seen so far. Rabbit Raider has a really simple sculpt. I mean, he really just looks like he's wearing his pajamas, to be totally honest with you. I got a little something going on the leg right here. I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe a piece of armor or a part of a shield or something he might be able to use. I'm not sure. If you know what that is, leave a comment down below. Let me know, because sometimes I get confused on these guys too. The party piece on this figure has got to be the shoes. The little bunny slippers. Check those guys out. I'm having a lot of trouble with the facial recognition on this camera because they keep trying to look at the shoes and not his face. They keep locking in on the faces on his feet. It's really crazy. Now, one little coup de grace, I do believe, on this figure that pulls the whole thing together is his little cotton tail. Check out his little tail sticking out right there. Now, this is not one of the softer pieces of plastic that we've been getting for coats and things such as that. This is a little hard piece of plastic that's just pegged in right there, and it doesn't have any kind of articulation at all, so you might want to be careful with that. Sometimes you might get a hold of it and might end up breaking it off. It doesn't necessarily look like it's in there very good. The thing about this figure is the paintwork is fantastic. You can't tell from the camera just how subtle a lot of this work in this is, but there's all kinds of different whites and pinks all through this guy where he looks like he's absolutely worn out. His shoulders look threadbare, his elbows look threadbare, his knees. Now, let me say something about his knees. I'm from the 80s, guys. I've been buying action figures since then, and one thing we found out early in the 80s is if you get a knee or a thumb or an elbow or something that turns that chalky white, that thing's getting ready to break. So pulling this guy out of the package, I started to sweat a little bit, because like I said, I'm used to seeing the white right before they go to break, and then you have to treat them with kid gloves. But here we got a brand new action figure coming out that looks like he's absolutely worn out, and he's made that way, and he looks fantastic. He has run a mile. been rode hard and put away wet. This guy looks worn out. His hands are a little filthy. Got some nice paint work on his hands. Kind of makes him look like he's had a chili dog. A little bit of mustard on the glove, and well, I'm just going to leave it on there. I look rough enough. I guess he needs to wash his hands next time he goes out and eats a little bit, don't you think? Rabbit Raider also comes packed in with one of the best whooping sticks that I have seen yet. This is called the carrot stick, and his harvesting tool is one of the nicest I have seen. It's got a really nice Easter basket motif up on the top with a lot of small eggs and little grasses and little Easter goodies in there, and a nice pink bow. Got a little chocolate bunny melted into the side with his ears there where you could give somebody a good poke with it. And on the other side it looks like he's got a carrot tied onto it. And then the shaft or the handle, well, it looks like a stick. Looks like something he might have picked up out of the backyard. Now in this set you also get 4 weapons, and I've shown 2 with Vertex, and I wanted to show 2 with Rabbit Raider. And what I've pulled out is I pulled out the minigun, and it isn't in the gold legendary color. The minigun is okay. It just, I don't know, they don't hold it very well. They kind of look awkward holding it, and when it's pointing at you from the front, when you've got like that 3/4 angle, it just looks like a big hunk of plastic. Yeah, it's okay. It does all right. Got Hasta La Vista written on it. I guess it's supposed to be the big gun, but it's all right. Another weapon that he came with was a new little pistol. It's called a suppressed pistol, and it's also in the gold legendary colors. Get a hold of that guy. He's tiny. He's a little fella. It's a really neat little piece. Fairly small. Don't get a lot of pistols. Pistols are something that you just don't see a lot of, I guess because they get lost so easily. Anyway, guys, that's Rabbit Raider. Really cool action figure. Simple, not a lot to him until you get him in hand and start looking at him and playing with him. And then it really starts to come through, the different coloring and the wear patterns on this guy. This camera does not do this guy justice at all. You need to get him in hand. He is a really awesome action figure. So anyway, guys, there's Rabbit Raider. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me for a few minutes today. Leave a comment down below if there's something you want to see that I haven't gotten to yet, or if you just want to say hello. Click on the like button if you can. The more likes I get, the more of these I'll end up doing. And subscribe. I normally don't beg, but subscribe to me. Let's keep these little videos going. I'm kind of enjoying these things, and I enjoy speaking to you guys, and I enjoy hearing from you too. So, hey, enjoy your action figures, okay? And I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.